Hi, and welcome to MeMechanical Keyboards. I'm your host, skiwithpete. Sorry, the camera needs a little adjusting. What's going on, everybody? Steph is standing right beside me here.
Yeah, you know, a coaster.
Oh, I need a coaster?
No coaster.
No coaster it is. Just having a little coffee. What's up, you guys? Kajeo's in the house, Mange HD, Cedric's son, Chocan. What's going on? Good morning. You might notice that I'm wearing my... Where do I put it? A 1Up Keyboards t-shirt. There's a reason I'm wearing my 1Up Keyboards t-shirt today. We're going to the New York City meetup. Let me move this out of the way a little bit. We're going to the New York City meetup in just a couple of hours. But the big talk of the meetup... No, let's start again. The big talk of the last 24 hours at 1Up Keyboards, possibly the big talk of the meetup, are these little switches right here. Let me show them off. It's making noises every time I click a button. Hold on. Let me change that up. The talk is these puppies. Just dealing with some focus here. It's these are the new B-Sun Browns from 1Up Keyboards. Sorry, I'm trying to get it even closer. Get it in focus. Get it in focus. Come on, focus, man. Is that focused? A little bit. These things are a new tactile switch, clear top, panda bottom, with those removable, there you go, a little bit of focus, with those removable SIP sockets, or hole tights as some people refer to them. I don't think these are brand name hole tights, so not sure if they should be that, but anyways, wanted to do a build with it so I could bring these to the meetup, you know. Thought I would throw that down. But before we get to that, let's just keep saying hello to people. Anchor Beta's in the house. Martino is here. Chocan, Giovanni, Natzen. I don't know how to pronounce your name. N4T Z3N or Z3N, depending on what part of the world you live in. Major Overskill, what's up? RD Balasabas, what's going on? Balasabas in the house. Just drinking some coffee. Got my 1Up t-shirt on, I was just saying. Yummy Tech says, the what browns? These are called B-Sun Browns. So the B-Sun Browns are, they're made in the same factory as the Panda switches. They have the same Panda bottoms. But these switches are a little bit different to the Pandas. They have a clear top and they're tactile. They're quite bumpy. Let me switch back over to the action cam. They're quite bumpy indeed. You can't tell how bumpy they are because you can't see bump on a camera. But there's a meetup happening this afternoon in New York City, so thought we'd bring a keyboard or two with those. I know RD Balazabas, or Dale as I like to call him. I know Dale's got a keyboard with that on it already, but I thought I would bring another one. Just, you know, different styly, different setup. This is the LJD61up in black carbon fiber. Whoops, gonna switch back over to this camera. This is the LJD61up in black carbon fiber. So I thought I would build one of those. This is a GH60. We'll get to all that in just 1 second. This goes with the build. This goes with the build. This goes with the build. There's a sticker that goes with the build that I don't have on my desk. But before we get to that, we got to go through the usual stuff. What's going on, Mr. XD? Look, I gotta say, just let me plug these for 1 more second. The best part about these is they're just like Panda bottoms. If you're gonna do a mod switch, and you want to build them yourself, they're just like Pandas, except right now they're cheaper. They're 75 cents at 1upkeyboards.com. For those of you who don't know, I'm the owner of 1Up Keyboards. It's part of the reason why I'm wearing the shirt. Sorry, I'm trying to get the shirt on the thing. Oh, it's this side. There we go. Disco Frog is in the house. What's going on? Guys, this week's giveaway, it's the same as last week's giveaway because it's all the same week. Switch openers from mechanicalkeyboards.com. There's this Varmillo switch tester, which, as you have seen on the other side, it is programmable. I think it's programmable. At least it's a keyboard. It's got, you know, PCB bits. That's from Varmillo. We got 2 keycap pullers, also from mechanicalkeyboards.com. From 1upkeyboards.com, there's this big, huge, beautiful sticker. There's also the switch pullers. That's to pull the switches out of your plate. Bloop. Makes life a lot easier, these things, when you're building a keyboard. And this beautiful brass plate, also from 1upkeyboards.com. That is in the About section, into the video description below. Uh-oh, the newest Windows feature update is here. It's just blacked out my screen here. I think I'm gonna pick a time. Pick a time. I'm gonna do. Let's do when I'm definitely at the meetup. Let's do 4 p.m. Sorry, did that just screw everybody up for a second? Just pick a time and tell us. Yeah, I picked a time. Okay, there's no way to choose okay though. Okay. 4:05 p.m. This stream is definitely going to be over by then. God, Windows, man. For those of you who don't know, today is MeMechanical Keyboards. I don't know why it's called MeMechanical Keyboards. It was originally a typo. But hey, if you're going to speak with a robotic voice and call yourself Bold with Pete, you might as well have a meme special edition. This ought to be that meme special edition. Don't forget, today we're in full 4K. It's 4K, everybody. Let's watch in 4K. All right. A little bit more coffee. For those of you who are interested, you can support this channel by buying me a cup of coffee in the About section below. If you don't want to support the channel by buying me a cup of coffee, there are other ways you can support. Most importantly, press that like button. The more likes this show gets, the more people get to come join the stream, the more people who get to see how to build kick-ass keyboards like this one. So let me just move this week's giveaway stuff off to the side here. That was all the giveaway stuff. Don't forget, go check in the gleam.io thing. With the thing. Euphorical says, are they better than Gateron Browns? I think these are better than Gateron Browns. They have a bigger bump than Gateron Browns, but a smaller bump than Zelios when you look at it. But when you feel them, they're like a better version of the 62-gram Zelios. At least that's what they feel like, just as a switch. That's what they feel like. Okay, before you build a keyboard, the first thing you must always do, test the PCB. I almost forgot what it was called then. Test the blah, blah, blah. Test the PCB. The way you test a PCB is like this. You take your handy keyboard testery thing. You go to a website called Keyboard Tester. I'm just going to switch this over to Tester. There you go on Tester. And I'm going to press reset because when I change cameras, it causes key presses. But what I'm going to do, now that I've plugged this in, I'm just going to go ahead and touch a couple of keys. You see, all I'm doing, I'm just touching the metal bits and making sure that the keys actually do fire. Now that I know that it's not completely dead, we're good to go. There are ways around to fix everything else that might be wrong with it. Remember, if you buy a PCB from a place like 1Up Keyboards, once you've soldered it, you cannot return it. That's because of the manufacturer. The manufacturer thinks that if you start soldering it, that you're the one who broke it. Just so you know. Cheers to that. What's going on with you guys? Happy Saturday morning. I got a meetup here in Manhattan today. How could I not be super happy? All right. 37 viewers on the stream currently. For those of you who don't know, this keyboard kit is the LJD61up. This is the universal version, which means it supports Alps, which means it supports ISO layout and all other variations. But before we get to that, the first thing we need to do is build the stabilizers. Now these stabilizers, unlike the black stabilizers, don't have those little suspension-y bits. Let me just show you up close here. So you can see, how close can we get with this thing? You can, there we go. Oh, it's almost focusing. Come on, you know how to focus. These little 4K cameras are amazing, but they don't focus so great. Like you can see, there's no little suspension bit on the bottom, so you don't need to clip them or trim them or anything. and you can see inside of them. So you can see on the front here, the hotel side, as I like to call it, it's got the 2 holes. It's the bottom hole you want to put it into, and you can see on the side here with those little markings, you can see why you want to put it into the bottom of there, because that's the part that lets you move the thing up and down. So what I always like to do, as you guys know, is lubricate these stabilizers. So even before I get to putting wires together or assembling them, what I like to do is pair them up 2 by 2, these parts here, and I put them with the wire part up at the front. Wire part up at the front. All right, take this stuff. This is GPL 205. Oh, sorry, I just noticed how, sorry guys, I just noticed how askew we are here. Let me go a little more over and let me straighten it out just a smidge. I actually bought little things to put on the camera so that they're more level, but I haven't put it on yet, so got to get that done. Alex Wong is in the house. Hi, Alex. Just so you guys know, the delay on the stream is about 30 seconds at the moment. It typically gets worse over the course of a stream, but I just want you guys to know that I'm not ignoring you. It's just that the delay. If you'd like to make sure that your question does get answered, don't forget that Super Chat is enabled, so you can always Super Chat. These clear ones, man, it's so hard to see exactly what's going on. Basically, just want to smush some lube in there into the corners, just like this. A little bit of shake going on in my hand this morning. It's not because I'm rushing. I think it's just because I need a bit more coffee. But it's a pretty sad state when your hands are shaking because you need more coffee. Does anyone know if there are mechanical keyboards with the keys in line instead of offset diagonally? Wild Weasel, sure. There's the Plank keyboard or the Eco keyboard from Bishop Keyboards, which has just gone through a group buy. I think there's going to be a couple of those coming to 1UP Keyboards in the next couple of weeks. There's also the 30% Gherkin or the 60%. 60% has a name. I actually used one on this stream, but I can't remember. How would lubed B-Sun switches feel? I don't know, actually. I haven't tried lubing them yet. They feel really good already. They may even be lubed. I haven't looked in detail at them yet, but they feel pretty damn good already. Okay, as you guys know, this is the part where we show off. There's 2 sides to these the sliders. There's the hotel side on the front and the single opening at the back. We go in through the ground floor on the hotel side. So what you do, you pick up the stabilizing shaft, put the hotel side towards the front where you've lubricated, put the metal wire in through the ground floor, and then snap it down through the lube that you just put on there. Now, I want you guys to be able to see, this is what they actually look like on the inside here. This is what a stabilizer looks like, and now you can see why we go with the hotel side. There you go. That's the reason right there. Cool. The Preonic is the 60% linear version. Thank you for reminding me of that. There you go. Again, the hotel side. Up through the base here. Slide it in the bottom of the hotel and clip it down just like that. There you go. There is a lubed stabilizer. Now, you can do it like this to check that they work. You can, you know, see if they pull one up and see that they both come up. But that is a working stabilizer right there. All right, on to the next. Hotel side in the front. Mech Merlin is in the house. What's going on, Mech Merlin? Today I'm doing the LJD61up Universal Kit. I know recently, Mech Merlin, you did an LJD61up V1 or non-universal, the hand wire version, but you did it with a PCB on your channel. But today it's a little bit different. I think this is the first time an LJD61up Universal has ever been built on stream, so pretty exciting. And I'm also doing it with B-Sun Browns. As far as I know, this is the first stream to ever feature B-Sun Browns. We got 43 viewers currently in the stream. How many likes are we at? 24 likes. For those of you who don't know, the etiquette is that if you find a stream that is doing what it says it's doing in the title, you should indeed give it a like. Here in this one, I say it's MeMechanical Keyboards, that I'm making an LJD61up keyboard, so please go ahead, smash that like button. All right, just once again, slide that up there. Click it down through the lube. Here we go. That's it. All the stabilizers are in. All right, next up, moving over to the PCB. Stabilizers have two parts, just like the black versions do. There's the toe part and the split back. And the split back goes in the small hole. So all you do, line that up, just like that. Make sure the toes are all the way in. And clip it down at the front. This is going to be a pretty quick build, I think, because there's no clipping that had to happen on the stabilizers. And the switches themselves are plate mount, so there's no clipping to happen there. I don't know how quickly I can do it, but I don't think it's going to be a long build, this one. Mech Merlin, how do these clear stabs compare with authentic cherry ones? Look, because there's no mechanism or anything to feel inside of it, I mean, these just move freely. They're fine. I don't know how else to describe. I mean, a lot of people spend a lot of time concerned about stabilizers. I'm just not one of them. The stabilizer is there just to make sure that the switch goes, that the key cap goes straight up and down on the switch. The cherry ones screw in, which is nice. The wires are just as thick as these ones are. The housings are, you know, about the same. I don't want to say that they're any tighter or looser. They're about the same. I mean, of all the things that are easily cloned, stabilizers is probably right up at the top of that list. How's that for an answer? I don't know if that was the answer you were looking for, but the cherry ones are cool because they screw in, which is nice. You know, it's a nice feature, but This is the top. This is going to fit on here like this. Okay, so this is a north-facing LED, so we're going to put these in this direction. I don't know which of the bottom corners I'm supposed to use, so I'm going to go up here because I know that I'm putting one in the question mark space, and that's what I'm meant to be doing. Same thing, same problem over this corner. I don't know exactly where that one in the bottom left is meant to go. So I'm going to go upper row here and do the Z key. Again, just trying to make it easy on myself. And then over here, top left, I'm going to go with that escape or tilde key. Again, this is 60%, so you decide if you want an escape or tilde. I'll flip this over. Now, all I'm going to do, once I flip this over, is just push it down and make sure that these come all the way through. Now these, again, instead of having like the regular... I don't know why that's bouncing back. Oh, that's bouncing back. Because these have those removable... Let me just show you a close-up of one of them here real quick. These are the B-Sun Browns, and you notice that they have removable SIP sockets or hole tights. They're not actually brand name hole tights, so I hesitate to call them that, but look, you can... Sorry. You see they slide off here. You see that? So they're removable once they're in the board. You can remove the whole switch. So with that, it means that the I'm mangling this thing. This is not meant to be done with pliers, let's be honest. Put that over to the side. Okay, so we're just about to switch over to solder cam here. If you haven't already pressed like, go ahead and smash that like button now. We're at 27 likes with 42 viewers, and we're just about to get to the best part of the show, which is solder cam. Now, I don't ever eat or drink by the solder cam. That's why I'm not moving stuff away. I'm trying to take a couple of sips here. Alright, next thing too, I'm going to put my fan here to blow some of those fumes away. Okay, I'm going to put this up here. That's where I got my Vodual plugged in. If you guys watch my weekly reviews, you see a lot of the equipment that I use. Alright, and then... All right. There we go. Fan is on. Getting closer. For those of you who'd like to support the channel, you can buy me a cup of coffee in the About section below. Or you can just press subscribe. Let's see how the subscriber numbers are doing. Got a button that says subscribe. There it is. You ready? Oh, a little loss, a little gain. We're above 27,500 right now. Pretty cool. Well, thank you again, guys. If you haven't already smashed that like button, now's a great time because it will introduce even more people to the solder cam. Now, I'm just going to get the solder cam ready here, but even though the iron is on, I just want to do a little bit of adjusting. Just a tiny, tiny bit of adjusting. So, forgive me while you wait just 1 second while I do that adjustment. Alright, let's just take a look. You can still hear keyboard tester. Yes, you can. Let me turn that off. Alright. I'm going to try to make the focus a little bit better. I don't know how well it's going to work, but let's see. Alright, we're on to solder cam. For those of you, if it's your first time looking at solder cam, keep your eye up here in the top left when things get moving around pretty quick, like it will right now, just because I'm going to have to wipe this thing a little bit. There we go. Alright, now you notice these big hole-tight type sockets look a little bit different. They don't just look a little bit different, they're a little bit different to solder, so. When I was at the Philadelphia meetup not long ago, actually it wasn't the Philadelphia meetup, it was KeyCon. When I was at KeyCon not long ago, I was talking to Binge's dad. If you guys don't know who Binge is, he's one of the artisans. And he has something called Hungerworks Studio. I was talking to Binge's dad, who teaches soldering classes. And he said, you know, it's 1 on to heat the pad, 2 add the solder, 3 remove the solder, 4 remove the heat. You know, I hadn't really thought about how important that was to demonstrate until he said so, but it's absolutely true. 1, add the heat, 2, add the solder, 3, remove the solder, 4, remove the heat. You know, after a while, it just becomes instinctive, and you can really rip through that at some speed. But when you're new, that is one of those things that a little bit of coordination just takes a minute or two to get. Turning the board upside down here just to make it easier to get to this top one. Alright, so that's all of them soldered in. That's just the first 4 switches, but that's all we're up to just then. Thank you to everybody who pressed like. You know, it's amazing. I know just how many subscribers and viewers we get just because of that. Mech and Merlin, I'd love to make it out to Seattle for a meetup. Absolutely love to. Of course, I'm a pretty busy dude. Is part of the problem. I got a full-time job as well as 1UP Keyboards, so it's pretty tough for me to find the time, but that's not to say it's impossible. Alright, today I'm doing a build with red standoffs and red feet. So what I do now is just add the standoffs so that there's a gap underneath to be able to push into. If that makes sense. How are you guys doing today? Wild Weasel. Does anyone know if they have laptops with ortholinear keyboards? Not to my knowledge. Not to my knowledge. But hey, you could be the first. You could make one. This is a tricky little thing because these screws require the plates to be in place, so I just gotta make sure the top one is tight. "47 viewers currently watching. Thank you to everybody who's just joined. Don't forget to check in the About section below for this week's giveaway. If you've already signed up for the giveaway, don't forget there are daily actions that you can take in order to increase your odds of winning. Watch that one go. Just rolled right off. Besides Dale, is anybody in the channel today going to the meetup here in Manhattan? Just putting these standoffs in here. There's about a 30-second delay on the stream today, so if you guys have already told me that you're coming to the meetup and I haven't responded, wait another 30 seconds or so. Things should be good for you. Oh, Cedric's son says no, he's in Germany. I didn't even know that there was a meetup in Manhattan. Not only is there a meetup in Manhattan, but they did a you had to RSVP in order to get one of the keycaps. And I missed out because so many people registered before me. But 1upkeyboards is going to be there. We're going to have a bunch of stuff for sale, and it should be fun to meet local enthusiasts who are based around us here in Manhattan. As far as I know, we are the only Manhattan-based keyboard shop. Who knows? There might be others. I don't know. Oops. They're all busy polishing their keyboards. Yep. Adding glitter. Just adding glitter. All right. Let's just start smashing a bunch of these into place. And then now, unlike cherries, when you're building with these bee suns and pandas, there's no way that the pins can get bent or deformed or miss the hole. They either go in or they don't. There's no second option here. So again, that should make today's build even easier, even faster. Believe it or not, though, that doesn't look like it went in straight. Yeah, that's better. Is it? Even that looks a little froggy. There, that's straight. Did any of you guys get in on the bee suns yesterday? I know we made quite a number of sales. So they were launched yesterday on 1upkeyboards.com. For those of you who don't know, I am the owner of 1upkeyboards.com. That's why I talk about it so much. It's warm in here? Oh yeah. Well, the door's open. And it's like hot out. Alexa, what's the temperature?
Right now in New York, it's 22 degrees with cloudy skies.
22 degrees.
Forecast has partly sunny weather with a high of 27 degrees and a low of 17 degrees.
Yeah, but
That's Celsius for everybody who doesn't know.
warmer than here, that's for sure. Sorry, I don't think my core temperature's dropped yet.
You don't have your what?
My core temperature, I don't think it's dropped yet.
Steph, any chance you could sneak behind me here and pull down the black keycaps for me?
Why would that be easier for me?
Because I'm in the middle of streaming a video.
No, there you now.
Thank you. Because I gotta do the bottom row. Because I don't know where the switches go.
Blue jay.
That's the blue jay. Isn't he lovely?
Loud thing.
He's just screaming. That's all he's doing. He's just screaming. Ah, 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 ah. I mean, it is New York. I get it. You know, I get it. But Come on, Blue Jay. You can do better than that.
Beautiful bird. Not so much so.
No, they are a beautiful bird to look at. They're just not a beautiful bird to listen to. Kind of the exact opposite of me. Right? Nice to listen to, not so great to be looking at.
Aww.
Aw. You know what I'm saying, though?
No idea what you're saying.
My wife and I have been together for 22 years. Which is probably longer than a lot of you guys have been alive. You know what? I'm going to end with that one, not start with it. That's what I'm talking about. So if that goes there, then that means that this one goes here. If that one there goes there, then this one goes here. If that one goes there, then this one goes here. Main's just flirting with me. Main, stop flirting with me. Steph is watching the stream. So all I'm doing here is just using the keycaps to line up the correct locations. And then what I'll do, as soon as I'm done that, I will remove the keycaps. I install my spacebar backwards. On this particular build with this particular keycap set, the backwards don't usually fit, so I tend not to do it. Oh, I've misplaced this key. So I have to take it off of here, then this one. And this actually has to go further into the corner than I accidentally placed it that time. There, that's right. Oh, Steph, you should come feel these.
How when you finished?
Wow, that's different than that's different than even I thought. Alrighty. Alright guys, if you haven't already, go ahead and smash that like button now. We'll try to get a couple more people into the stream just in time for a second round of Solder Cam. If you've already pressed like, thank you very much. If you haven't, now's a great time to do it. We're at 38 watching with 35 likes, and we're just about to get to Solder Cam again. Okay, just before we do get to Solder Cam, I'm going to show off again this week's giveaway. I'm just pushing all these down, making sure they're all in. Okay, and then flip it over to the other side, and now I'm going to push the board down. Make sure the board is all the way through. All right. Okay, getting very close. Just before we do this, let's just show off this week's giveaway. Just gonna tidy up a smidge just before I get to it, but here we go. All right, this week's giveaway features this switch puller. You just saw me put away my switch puller. I got a black one, but this is also a switch puller. This is from 1upkeyboards.com. The way that you use this is when the keyboard's over like this, you can pop the switch all the way out to remove it. Now, you'd think that's pretty useful when you're building a keyboard, but with these new B-Sun Browns, you can also do that to completely remove the switch because these have those hole tights in there. So, again, a really useful piece. That's from 1upkeyboards.com. There's also a 1upkeyboards.com sticker in there. This is the super large one. You can't get this anywhere else. There's also from MeMechanicalKeyboards.com. There's 2 keycap pullers. You just saw me use one of those. There's also switch openers. This makes it easier to open the switches so you can open the switches. There's also this Varmillo switch tester, which isn't just a switch tester. It also has a micro USB on the other side. You can connect to it, not just test the switches, but you can also turn this into something a bit more useful, which is cool. And the biggest part of the prize, this brass plate. This is the Pro ANSI plate, also from 1upkeyboards.com. Go to 1UpKeyboards, check out all the cool stuff over at 1UpKeyboards, but also join this week's giveaway. Go to the gleam.io link below. Once you're there, you can use a click on 1upkeyboards.com as another entry into this week's giveaway, so you might as well do that. All right, hopefully you guys have smashed that like button a whole bunch. Don't forget, when it comes to soldering, it's all about safety. Safety first. Make sure you're wearing glasses. Make sure you got fan and ventilation. Make sure. All right, just going to switch over to the action cam here so you guys can see exactly what this looks like. You can see that these little hole-tight sips that have come through, they're a slightly different shape to solder in. They'll be fine. They'll be fine indeed. Just letting the iron heat up here. All right. All right, here we go. The soldering iron is up to heat. I'm going to switch over to solder cam. Don't forget, you can keep your eye on the top left corner if things start to get a little crazy for you. All right, here we go. I just want to make sure that the first couple are pushed down all the way. That was pretty sloppy. You know what the problem was? I was touching the pin behind it, which I was afraid of. Because of the angle I've changed, to get solder cam a little bit closer, I had to change the angle at which I attack this thing. Instead of having a steep angle, I wanted my camera to be closer, so I've got a real low angle that it's got to be on. Solder cam in 4K. Don't forget this stream is available in full 4K, so you can see all the glorious detail and action as it happens. Hopefully the focus is a little bit better today. I know last time I had a bit of a focus issue. It looks like it's better. .4K goodness to watch soldering up close. I know a lot of people. I was watching Top Clack this week, and those guys were commenting about how they enjoy the solder cam as well. So, thanks for the shout out, boys. Just returning the favor. If you guys don't watch Top Clack, it's a weekly show on Thursdays on Twitch. Those guys all bought some B-Sun Browns as well, so you'll see them test them out pretty soon. Or, of course, you can buy a Switch tester from 1upkeyboards.com. The bump on the stem is smaller, but because the housing is so tight and smooth, they actually feel bigger than they are. So the bump itself is bigger than what you get on a Gateron Brown, but smaller than you get on a Zeal. But the bump, because of the tight housing, feels almost the same size as a Zeal. And of course you get the lighter weight because they're brown switches and not a clear clone. So they're actually a beautifully balanced switch. And I'm looking forward to smashing on them. I'm going to give it a quick wipe, so keep your eye on that top left corner. That black stuff you can see forming on the tip of the iron, that's burning rosin. So you need to clean that off every few minutes because the black reduces the heat efficiency of the tip. So so it doesn't transmit as much heat as quickly, so that's why you need to wipe it off. You can easily do it with that sponge, but sometimes if it's fully stuck on there, there's also those brass, they're like brass sponges I call them, but they're like steel wool, but they're not steel, they're brass. That you can give a quick scrape to as well. Now the soldering iron that I'm using is the FX888D, and the reason I use that one is that it has a digital readout display, and it happens to, for a consumer grade soldering iron, has one of the most stable temperatures that you can get, so that's why I prefer the Hakko. I don't recommend that you strap a webcam to it unless absolutely necessary. But if you do strap a webcam to it, I recommend the Logitech Brio 4K camera. That's what I use. Are there any other YouTubers on today's stream besides Mech Merlin who are checking this out? Any other, anybody else got a channel? I always assume that Linus Tech Tips and PewDiePie are both watching my stream. I'm sure they love the keyboard action. If either of you guys are here today, don't forget to give us a shout out. The last keyboard meetup we went to in Manhattan, Colin was there. Colin from Adafruit. So there's a chance that he could be in the house again today. If he is, I'll say what's up. Okay, second row complete. Just going to give it another quick wipe. That's a little bit scutsy. Sorry guys, it's obviously difficult for me to wipe it given that I have a camera on it. Thank you for your patience. Oh, whoops, skipped a row here. Skipped a whole row. Don't know what I was thinking. about 2/3 of the way through this board now. I got a couple other interesting projects coming up outside of the keyboarding world. I've got a follow-along robot Raspberry Pi project that I'm going to be building on stream in a couple of weeks. I've also got a drone that I'm looking forward to building. The Sunfounder, I think it's the Sunfounder 250? Maybe it's the Sunfounder 220. I'm not sure. I am looking forward to that, though. That should be fun. Hopefully you guys will be able to make it for that as well. Any new people on the stream today? Anybody, this is their first stream, first time by? Just checking it out, maybe? If so, hello, welcome. You don't just have to lurk, you can say what's up. Turning the board around and trying to make it easier to get to. Steph is in the house too, if you guys have any questions for Steph. Roberto Maldonado, welcome to the stream, buddy. Nice to meet you. Because you're new, there's a couple things to let you know. One, we're streaming in full 4K. Second, there is a giveaway this week. If you go into the About section below or the video description, you'll find a gleam.io link. So if you decide to press subscribe, you can use that subscription on the gleam.io link to join this week's giveaway for some cool stuff, including a brass 60% plate and some other cool stuff. And we don't use your info for anything weird. We don't send you emails. If you'd like to sign up for emails from 1upkeyboards.com, you can do that at 1upkeyboards.com. Go to 1upkeyboards.com, sign up for the newsletter, but that's not what we use the gleam.io link for. The gleam.io link is entirely different. That's just for the giveaway. That's just to support my viewers. And don't forget to smash that like button. I said that I'm building a keyboard. I am indeed building a keyboard. What's there not to like? Plus, a 4K solder cam. I mean, come on. It's worth liking, right? I hope so. If it isn't, let me know what is, what you'd like to do, all that stuff. Thanks again to Roberto for joining and saying hello. I'm sure there's going to be one or two more of you out there who haven't use the chat feature to say hello yet, but welcome to the stream. I appreciate all of my lurkers as well as my non-lurker newbies. You don't have to be a newbie, but you know what I'm saying. The reason we have so many is a giveaway worldwide. Yes, it is, but we do not pay for local duties or customs that may accompany it. But yeah, we'll ship it to anywhere in the world except Antarctica. Is there anywhere else we don't ship it to, Steph? Antarctica and wherever USPS ships. So if you live in Djibouti, there's a good chance that we will ship to Djibouti. Chokan says he's off to make a cup of tea. Alright, Chokan. I won't say nothing while you're gone. Not nothing. Not a single nothing. Um, Now I'm gonna have to wipe my tip just one more time here, I think. So, with the tip happening, don't forget to keep your eye in the top left corner so you don't feel any motion sickness or any movement. Keep your eye in that top left corner. And that way we can continue. Man, notice I have no problem moving stuff around, rotating. It's all good as long as you get every last switch. Alexa, what time is it?
It's 12:08 p.m.
12:08. So I got about 50 minutes left on stream. Maybe a few minutes longer than that. Robert or other new people. Was it Robert or Roberto? Can't remember. Roberto. What do you think about the stream? Any comments, suggestions? Watch him say, give up. Give up, man. Nobody wants to see you soldering a keyboard together. Everybody knows you can just solder keyboards. I don't know, maybe they do actually. Your soldering technique is mediocre as hell, Pete. Hashtag bold with Pete. Alright, getting closer, getting closer. This is the martini. We're on to the martini. Alright, just a quick wipe here, and then I can re-tip my soldering iron. Put lots and lots of solder on it just before I put it away. Alright. Oh! There you go. Okay. Just need to readjust my jeans here for 1 second. Oh. Bit of a crusher. Bit of a crusher indeed. Okay. Let's test this puppy out, shall we? Let's get launch keyboard tester back up and running. Press tester to get keyboard tester back on. Just gonna press reset there because that was my camera doing that. Alright, I'm just gonna plug this beauty in. Oh, that caused my... Perfect. We have a beautifully working keyboard. Ideal. All right. Well, let's keep on rocking here. Just wiping this off of my shirt. Okay, so this is going to go on here like that. So the first thing to do is to add the feet to the bottom of this. The stream just dropped and then picked back up. I don't know what the hell happened. I know, it just suddenly flashed to bad experience. And I looked over and it said reconnecting. And now it's reconnected. How bizarre, how bizarre. That was weird, I didn't even touch anything. You guys won't even see that happen for 30 seconds. I don't know, it just suddenly said it was dropping frames, dropping frames, dropping frames, and then bingo bongo, it says it's back up. Alright. Steph, one other thing, if you feel like getting up and running around. Could you grab me a sticker? Weird, weird, weird. Well, we're back and we're live again, so... Weird. Say it didn't drop a single frame, it definitely disconnected. OBS did. Jesper Lundqvist is in the house. What's going on, Jesper? And Mr. Kyle. Giovanni McGarley. It's good news. Thank you very much for sharing. Don't forget to smash that like button. So is he using the new B-Sun switches? I am indeed. I'll flip it over in just a minute to show you. Will you sell Zelio linears on 1UP keyboards? Can we say yet, Steph? Yeah, we plan to. Yes. They're not available yet. We are in discussions with Zeal to have them on our site and have them fully supported. Yes, is the answer. Yeah, that's the plan, anyways. This one screw is not in the mood to participate. Mr. says, can't wait to build my first keyboard. Awesome. Welcome to the crowd. Whoops. Today we're building the LJD61up in black carbon fiber. This is the universal version. So it's easy to build. Don't forget that there is a giveaway happening this week. If you go into the About section below, you can join this week's giveaway. It's on the gleam.io link. If you're already subscribed, you might as well do it. Currently looking at 40 viewers. I'm just cleaning up my desk a little bit here. I got some stuff I can get out of the way, so just getting that stuff out of the way while I have those few minutes. Including removing the fan from my desk. For those of you who weren't here earlier, I am the owner of 1up Keyboards. These keycaps on here. Whoops, put that one on the wrong side. Let's get that fixed up real quick. Yeah, I mean, I know it already, but we'll wait a little longer before saying it out loud. Melt this bag on the still hot iron. Alex, I have a gigabit connection here in New York City, which I pay 65 US for a month. So that's pretty smoking hot. Pretty much it's smoking hot. Just gonna do that one escape key because it's a pain in the bum. All right, here we go. Okay, just closing the door here. You about to show me something?
My mom was scrolling.
Sorry for hitting the camera then twice. All right, the first ever live stream type test of B-Sun Browns. Y'all ready for this? Yeah. Wow, that's pretty cool, actually. Sweet! Super sweet. Steph, come test them.
I'll do it after.
What's that?
I'll do that after.
No, come test it, because I want you to tell me. Because the real question is, which is nicer? These are Zelio 62 grams. You know what? Yeah. Straight up, my favorite switch in the world is 67 gram Zelios. Straight up. Favorite switch in the world, 67 gram Zelios. 62 gram Zelios aren't as good as B-Suns. Straight up. B-Sun, I'd rather have a B-Sun Brown than I would a Zelio 62 gram. You're walking away. Come check. Okay. Steph will be back in 1 second to check. Yeah, they're similar to Browns, but they're crispier, and they feel like they've got a bigger bump than they do. Seriously. I don't know if I don't have a 67 gram board here. Do I? Oh, my 67 gram is at work. I don't have a 67 gram here, so I can't check. There's still some wobble in the B-Sun. I'm not gonna lie to you. There's still some wobble there, but it's not as big as the Zelio. Alex wants so no one talks about cherry switches here. I have cherries, but if you've ever compared a cherry and a Gateron, you'll know that cherries aren't necessarily the smoothest switch out there. So a lot of people go past cherries. These are a little, these Zelios are a little crispier. These are a little smoother. Steph, come try.
I can never. Like, I can't actually type unless I'm typing. Well, I don't know.
Sit down so I can see your face.
I don't know. I like those better.
The B-Suns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are very short.
Yeah, the 67 gram is different than 62 gram though.
Yeah. They're just a bit shorter. Did you not bring your board home?
I didn't bring my board home, and the only other one is the Fiel, and it's packed to go to the meetup. Mm. But I have to bring both of these now to the meetup too. All right, well, thanks very much to everybody who tuned in today, guys. Amazing to compare. They sound a little bit different, but that's also because of the middle piece on this one and the lack of middle piece on this one. But Alex Young, exactly correct. That's all that when I type test, the first thing that I type test is it's just my password. And I just type it over and over and over again. So if you watch this in extreme slow-mo, you can see exactly what my password is. No. Anchorbait says, Pete, do you like 78 gram Zelios? No, I don't actually. I find them too stiff. I like softer. Man, these are good. They're not like browns. I'm not a fan of browns. These are good though.
They're a slightly different brown though.
Yeah, they don't feel like browns.
They're a slightly bigger bump brown.
Yeah, those don't feel anything alike. I've just got two browns in my hand. I mean, if I had my eyes closed, I might actually think that was a Zelio. But let me grab some Zelios too. Really test this puppy out. Oh, all the 62s are. Oh no. It's rounder. It's rounder than the Zelio. Well, I'm going to bring all three of these to the meetup today. People can try them out for themselves. Brilliant. Well, thank you again to everybody who tuned in. We're just 2 likes short of hitting 50. Can I get you guys to smash that? Whoops. Meant to press this one. Young Covey, no, that's a Zelio on the right. This one was a Zelio. Sorry, action cam. This is a Zelio. It's a Zelio there. This is a Gateron. And this is the new B Sun Brown from 1UP Keyboards. Cool. I'm going to put these 3 in my pocket. Okay, guys. Well, thanks again to everybody who tuned in today. I'm going to leave the show there. Mange says, Pete, Discord. I almost forgot. Today's chat will continue over on the Discord, so you guys can move on over. Mange is about to post the link to that now. Everybody's welcome, of course. great chance for the conversation that's been going on in the chat window to continue on for the next while and a bit. For those of you who are in New York, I will see you guys shortly. I'll see you in about, what is it, about 2 hours. I'll see you guys, 2.5 hours more like, but I'll see you guys shortly at the meetup. Looking forward to hanging out there and doing that, chatting with you guys about keyboards. For those of you who can't make the meetup, I will see you guys again on another stream soon. Just before we go, this keyboard will eventually find its way for sale on 1UP Keyboards. But just before we go, don't forget to join this week's giveaway, which includes these switch openers from MechanicalKeyboards.com. These 2 keycap pullers, also from MechanicalKeyboards.com. This 1UP Keyboards giant sticker. This switch puller from 1UP Keyboards. This Varmillo switch tester. And this brass plate from 1UP Keyboards for your 60% kits. Go check in the About section below for the gleam.io link. We don't use the email for anything nefarious or anything except to announce the winner of the prize. Thank you again to everybody who joined the stream. Thank you again to my mods. I don't think there was any super chats today. No super chats, but thank you to all who support this channel. We're at 49 likes. If one of you guys has not pressed like, go ahead, smash that like button now. Thank you again to everybody who joined. I'm going to press the other like thing. Big like, come on, like it big time. If you'd like to support the channel, you can do so through Patreon. You can buy me a cup of coffee, or you can use the Super Chat functionality. I promise to read out everything that everybody says on Super Chat. Don't forget to check out 1upkeyboards.com. And even if you've already signed up for the giveaway, there are weekly and daily actions that you can take, so you can continue to participate. Thanks again to everybody who tuned in to watch me build the B Sun Brown 60% LJD61up. Thanks again. We'll see you guys again soon on the Discord. Thanks, guys. You guys take care. And even though this says that you can continue to chat over there, you can, but it's best if you move over now to the Discord. Thanks again, guys. We'll see you guys again next time.